Should probably bother Moonin about being on live stream. He might want to be here. Am I audible? Hope I am. Is Moonin actually here? I was just talking to him a minute ago. Alright, whatever. So today is going to be something different. Is that too loud? I feel like that's probably pretty loud. Skyrim is good, but it should not be drowning out the audio. Okay. So I will mess with this while I'm waiting for people to wander in. This is the Duck Arcade. Did it run? This is a collection of short things that I work on periodically when I want to be productive without burning myself out on Wizarducks. And today feels like a good day to do that. I was doing Wizarduck things in the afternoon. Don't want to burn myself out on it. Okay. Should probably pause the stream on my actual YouTube dashboard so that it's not like sitting there eating up internet bandwidth. This is Flappy Duck. That did not take long. I'm trying to figure out where I can put Discord so Moonin can tell me when he's here that won't like obscure the YouTube stream dashboard. Greetings. I told him I would wait for him, and he seems to be a little later than I thought. If not, that's okay. I can just like work on something on my own without nagging him about this, that, and the other thing. Alamar Productions, is the volume okay? I did not actually remember to check my my system volume settings before I did this, before I turned this on. If you're still here, or anyone else for that matter. Okay, well, Moonin seems to be dead. I will stop that, and I was in the middle of doing a snake game. Is what I was doing. YouTube cannot make up its mind as to whether or not there are more than 0 people here. Thank you. Where was I in Snake Game? Quack line, as it's called. Okay, so there is a gameplay state. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. You update these segments. I don't think there's much gameplay other than that. And of course it's duck themed. Yeah, there's no moving. And it just snaps out when you die. Okay. me just cannibalize some of my own code. If you are in dying state, that is not Quackline. If you are in the dying state, run this. If you are in the game over state, allow you to restart. And there should probably be a group of states for when you're drawing stuff. Quackline background. State dying, and state game over. I'll just draw the text for now. No, we haven't been fun, actually. We haven't been having fun. I do not want to incur the wrath of the goose. I don't know where Moonin is though. I was just bothering him on Discord like 2 minutes before I turned this on, and now I don't know where he is. Maybe he incurred the wrath of the goose. What's this? You are dead. I'll just leave this. Leave this like that. And there. How do I make me louder? Am I too quiet? Again? Is this too loud? Is this too loud compared to my voice? My voice looks like it should be okay-ish. I think. Maybe. Too quiet? How much too quiet? Alright, we'll leave it there. I'm gonna try and keep that Skyrim OST on in the background. If it's too loud, complain. Sounds normal to me anyway. What was I doing? I was invoking a game over state. Which is just like, okay. I can just get away with copying and pasting this whole thing, right? I do not know where Moonin is, though. I told him that I was going to be starting soon, and he seems to have gone off somewhere. Hope there's no emergency. That would suck. For everyone. Other than that, kid, I don't know how long you have been here. I'm just gonna be like messing around with a bunch of arcade-like games. This is this is my project for when I am trying to be productive without getting burnt out on Wizarducks. So I think I can actually just draw that in general. So that's gonna be today. I've spent most of the afternoon doing stuff with magic spells. You will send the geese after him. I'm just sending him a message telling him to watch out for geese. Okay. How does Centipede even work, the game? Alright, there, it's got a restart now. There's a fancy pause system. I personally like this pause system. I had fun making it. This whole program is like an arcade cabinet in miniature. And YouTube is screaming that there is stream buffering problems. Uh-oh, that's not a good way to start off. You like the logo, thank you. Was I rendering a video in the background while I was doing that? That's weird. Okay. Anyway, I can start with controls, I think, for the duck centipede thing. This is... Maybe shouldn't render video and stream at the same time. It's fine, I'm sure. The CPU has been busy. The hard disk has also been busy. Although I hope that wouldn't meaningfully affect the network connection. That's awkward. Famous last words. I have many last words. Whenever I, oh, it's just, yeah, it's just direction. Whenever I open my mouth about how something should be fine, it usually immediately turns out not to be fine. Up, down, left, right. I would like to use a proper input system for this eventually. Up, down, left. Let's see, this should allow me to walk in a circle. Something resembling a circle. Up, moving, moving, moving. Okay, so it only it's on the timer for how it moves, but the key that you're pressing, the key that you last pressed determines which direction you moved. Okay. Moon in. Almost fell asleep. All right, that's good. You don't have to face the wrath of the geese. Did I say that out loud? Oh yes, we had lots of fun. Mostly of me staring at my screen trying to remember what I was doing the last time I was opening this. Let's see, what's another what's another thing that often happens in the game of Centipede? This is admittedly not the arcade game I am the most familiar with. Grid Duck. Oh, should I change the name to that? From Quackline to Grid Duck? No, that could that could describe several games that take place on a grid. I won't change the name. YouTube, why are you complaining that the stream is... I'm just gonna ignore YouTube complaining about the stream until someone actually complains that it's buffering or something. I am going to, like, spawn a thing. I know I'm not the only person who's, like, eternally messed up by the fact that there are 5 different resource types in GameMaker that start with the letter S, and I can never find the one I'm looking for. What's a good color for a duck egg? I can draw a Yoshi egg. Or an Easter egg or something. I think an Easter egg would be more fun. Not that I possess the artistic talent to do such a thing. Alright, I don't actually know what that's supposed to look like. I'm just gonna go with the yellow duck egg. You are centered in the upper left. You have concerns about the shape of this egg. Concerns is putting it mildly. This is why he's the artist and not me. God, what was I doing? I need to put a I need to put an egg in the grid. While true. What's the size of this? Okay. Do ducks lay eggs? Yes, I do believe they do. Have you seen an egg? That's a good question. This is stuck in an infinite loop, and I know why. I saw that coming before I ran the game, and I ran it anyway because I don't know why. I wasn't thinking that hard about it. So there's now an egg in the grid, and when I run into it, that's going to overwrite it. Ducks do lay eggs sometimes. Sometimes. Periodically when they feel like it. Next we need to do something when that happens, and segments. I feel like this is one of the more actually useless pieces of code I've ever written. What? What's the point of this? Yes, ducks eat eggs. Don't think too hard about it. Okay, I actually don't know what this code is doing here because this won't work for more than one, for anything longer than a segment of one. Instead, no more, no more DSQs. Is Control F seriously not working? Wow. Okay. Control F is actually not working. That's unique. Okay. Oh man, Game Maker's having a day today. That's alright. I'll deal with this later. Duck puppies, exactly. Oh, I see there is a lesson on duck life cycles happening in the chat right now. This is a very educational stream. Oh, perfect. F5 to run the game isn't working either. I don't know what's going on with Game Maker today. I haven't restarted my computer in like 2 weeks. Maybe it's about time I do that. Alright, we are back to where we were before though, which is all I care about. As long as there's nothing happening with like a any of the priority queue or queue related things, data structures not being cleared when they should be, I think we're okay. Do we count platypus as a duck? I mean, I don't think anyone's stopping you. Let's see, this is... Oh, no, wait, I know what this was. Did that really keep working after I... Alright, anyway, we can, This wasn't actually doing what I thought it was doing. That's okay. That's just updating the... I'm gonna undo all this just in case it messes something up. Yeah. You see, Sahan, to answer that question, you're going to have to climb a mountain and meditate on the subject of dynamically typed languages for 40 years. And once you do that, maybe then you'll be ready. Unless you're actually being serious. I assume you know what Self is doing because you've been around Game Maker since forever. I literally almost knocked the microphone off my desk with my foot. Alright, help, I'm having a major brain fart. I need to, if you are out of bounds, else... If you have run into... Now F5 is working. Alright, we'll just see if we run into an egg properly. You can if you want. Otherwise, I will just programmer Arda until the ducks come home. We have run into an egg. Okay, and that should cause us to grow. I wish this would, like, not pop up in my face randomly. Should probably think about getting rid of that. I don't need a grow method, really. You've gone through epic Java times. Java is a bit of a divisive language. This is where I wish GameMaker had a linked list and you could just sort of like stick an element onto the end of the linked list. Speaking of Java. Is this cheating? Is this gonna work? Java Moss. Moonin, have you used Java for anything before, or JavaScript? I do not remember. That's not how this is supposed to work. Okay. I may need to actually rip all this out and replace it with something else. Or maybe I could just read my own code and see what it's doing. So first, you're going to remove the end of the duck train. You are going to I know. The other option would be to only actually remove the ducktail if you don't need to spawn something else. Duck train. Should I call it that instead of a quack line? Not what I intended to do. The multiplying ducks. I mean, that's the ultimate, like, goal of the game. And now we have a phantom copy of ourselves stuck in the grid somewhere. Interesting. Choo Choo Quack. Well, I will change the name to Quack Train. Game Maker continues to be weird. It's like, it's not accepting keyboard shortcuts for some reason. Control S isn't even working, which is minor cause for alarm. Now ducks eat duck. It kind of did. Okay, this is like weirdly implemented though, and I don't think we're ever going to have a line of ducks that's longer than maybe 10 or so, so I'm just gonna do this the fun way. And first we'll update the head. And the head can update its direction. You underestimate your duck line skills. Oh, great. Now I've issued a challenge. If you are out of bounds, then you die. Unset the previous thing at that location. And this should put us back to where we were before. If you type the word segment enough, it stops looking like a word. Alright, this may be a better way of doing it. So if we're going to treat this like an array, first update the head. If your head goes out of bounds, then you die. There will be a condition later in which if you intersect yourself, you die. Then Unset your old location in the grid. Oh, that's already done. Set your new location in the grid. As in, it's just like a sprite, nothing fancy. Then do the same thing for each of the following segments. I think that's better. This will probably be, if not like in Wizarducks itself, it'll probably just be like a fun thing that we kick out on the side. This started as like a joke a while ago when I said something about I wonder how fast I could implement Flappy Bird nowadays in Game Maker, and this died immediately, but that's okay. And then it spawned into this whole like arcade cabinet thing. 68. Oh. There wasn't actually anything in the array. That would do it. The duck train is back. Not what I intended, but... it'll do. We did do some minigames for a giggle. They're probably not going to be in the game. Depending how, like, neat this code is, I might just, like, toss it in as, like, an arcade cabinet somewhere randomly. Otherwise, like, it's mostly for fun. To have another game to kick out there. I ran into the egg, and I picked up the egg, and nothing happened. Oh, that's because... well, right. If... I took out the code that does anything when you run into the egg. These could be games in the bar. Something like that. So this is going to be, the head is going to be at position 0, isn't it? Alright, let's go with that. I am more delayed than usual. Okay. Am I? Compare the system clock to whatever yours is in the United States Eastern Time Zone. I left the stream delay latency setting at what it usually is. I wonder if that was just... maybe that's a problem that happened when there was a little bit of stream buffering earlier when I accidentally rendered a video in the background. Oh, Munin is delayed. Lack of sleep. Game dev on lack of sleep is the best. Let's see if I actually gain a segment now. I feel like this should not be taking me as long as it has. Does not help that I mistype variable names constantly. I am in an hour in the future. Yeah, a Midwesterner, are we? Oops. Wrong game. Did it again. Should I put like an ask prompt in front of that to just in case you like enter a game by accident or something? That should be okay, shouldn't it? A lot of Midwesterners don't count Chicago. The Eastern time zone is weirdly large. Eastern time zone goes through like all the way out to like Detroit or something, doesn't it? Yeah, I definitely consider Chicago to be Midwest. Alright, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's definitely there where I think it is. Walk me through this. It's... I feel like I could do this a dumb way. No duplicating logic here, good sir. Kidda just outed herself as a bad driver. Congratulations. I didn't actually run any of that code, I just wrote. Also, if you want to see bad drivers, just come over here to New Jersey. We've got some legendary bad drivers over here in New Jersey. To make a long story short, all the memes you've heard about us are true. Alright, there we go. Oh no, it died. And how did that happen? It's been 5 months since you went the wrong way down the street. Well, that is an improvement. Moonin is sending me memes on Discord. Okay, nothing's on fire. Except for my code. Alright, now why are we not updating? Oh, I know why. Instead of using the new position and having everything jump on top of itself, we need a Quack cart game. Dare I open up the list of future games I want to make someday? Okay, here we go. This is now doing what I wanted to do a half hour ago? Alright, good job, me. It worked, right? Also, in case you all thought I was kidding about the futures games list, vast majority of those are never getting made. Alright, so spawn stuff. I'll give this a slightly more useful name. Now we should have a loop. So we will pick up one egg and spawn another somewhere else, which is hopefully somewhere away from where you are. There we go. Okay. Third segment died. Did they all involve ducks? A astonishing number of them do. Greetings, Ryan. Ryan is one of my IRL friends who accidentally found out that I had a YouTube channel. And I have a feeling that's because I wasn't updating the right values. You've moved so your license plates won't give away your bad drivingness. A wise decision. Okay, the line grows. Hopefully correctly this time. I think I have accounted for all edge cases. The other mechanic here is that the game should game over if you double back on your line, but I don't think that's currently going to happen. Yeah. All right. I can do that though. I think the game speeds up too the more segments you have, but I don't remember. Let's see if this is where it would go. If something exists in here, then you overlap yourself, and you die. It doesn't, but I have a feeling eventually it will. That'll just mean I have to like sit down and actually write code for the positions of things instead of just like treating everything as a cell in the grid, much like Wizarducks itself. Dying is a bit extreme. Overpowered by ducks. Let me just make this line get a little longer, and then it'll be easier to double back on myself. This should kill me. Oh, there we go. Game over. It's confusing that the new duck doesn't appear until you move after collecting the egg. You know what? Let me actually look up exactly how the game of Centipede does it. Oh, is this like the Atari archive? I don't care about any of that. But yeah, let me actually look about how the game of Centipede actually works. Wait, is this what I think it is? Am I thinking of a different game? Is it called Snake? That's a very academic game theory thing. Oh, okay, it actually is called Snake. Alright, I did not read any of those words. Let me actually find a video or a demo or something. That's... I don't know what I was expecting. This looks old. Alright, what happened just there? Okay, so it kind of happens on the step before, so instead of like undefining itself, I think Let me look at that again. Yeah, just it just sort of absorbed the egg. Okay, what am I doing then? This would actually be easier. Alright, what am I looking at? The Nokia version was the definitive edition. I disappeared into an egg. That's interesting. Oh, my brain is not working at full power right now. I'm going to leave this as it is and solve it again when I'm feeling smarter. In the meantime, let's is there a score? The score is really just the length of your train of ducks. This is there a UI? I'll do this when I'm feeling smarter is needed on a coffee mug. Moon, are you still taking merchandise ideas, suggestions? We are not actually drawing this text. Okay. The death animation. Oh, on the on Flappy Duck. That is just the hit flash from actual Wizarducks because I did not feel like bothering Moonin about drawing anything else, at least at the time, and then it stuck. I think I need to cannibalize more of my old code. Align. Great data types video yesterday. Thank you. I'm glad people actually liked it. I'm glad you actually liked it. That is a huge that is a huge text label up there. It's definitely one of the nerdiest subjects, and not sure one that I was sure a lot of people would actually be interested in. I kind of feel like I should disallow anything to be in the upper row of the screen. Like the top row shouldn't be there. No, I keep entering that one instead because I'm just clicking through as fast as possible. So if I just run off the screen, this should death animation would play, and we have that. Okay. Is that like timing out? It's resetting whenever I hit a whenever I click a button or anything. All right, so it's not timing out. It's just on hit a button. Okay. That should have been 2 commits. I'm going to cheat and disallow the top row to be drawn. Let's see. So nothing can spawn up there because that would essentially lock things off. You are not allowed to go below 2 instead of below 1. And when you draw the grid, if CY is... That is the actual worst code. Reporting me to the game dev. And that didn't help. I'm banning myself for myself? Is that what I'm getting out of this, Ryan? Okay, anyway, the top row no longer exists. And that'll make space for like UI or something. Marina, are you still here? Is my partner in crime still in the chat? Were you wanting to add like powers, centipede powers, quack train powers or whatever? Meanwhile, Henderson's commits are named lots of stuff after like 2 days of work. That is like the one problem I don't have. I actually commit things fairly often. However, half of them like don't work. I could actually probably stand to write a little bit more in most of these. I could add the death animation to this one. Let's see, what does the death animation look like in when you're in the dying state? Oh, there's also the matter of like the high score table or whatever. Okay, that's probably relevant. This is like generic high score code, isn't it? Oh, now Control F works. Let me maybe a ghost power so that you can cross through yourself. There's an idea. All right, after I do the business with the high score list, I will do the ghost power. Let me just make sure that this does what it's supposed to. What did I need to be, like 16? BRB fish. Okay, it looks like that worked. You usually get one thing done and only commit after a single said thing has been done. That's kind of the idea. Although I usually like to work to commit things in pieces so that if something breaks farther on down the line, there's something to go back to. Now I guess I can draw the high scores on the on the game over screen. Okay, it should draw. I honestly don't remember how scores for Flappy Bird work. I've spent far more time in my life playing like my own parody Flappy Bird games than the actual thing. I added a little more to it such that it speeds up over time. See, this will be 4. And it's gonna die. Line 77. You have an interesting system if you screw up something irreversibly and don't have previous commit. It's called suffering. You do get a point every time you go past the pipe. Okay. I could probably change it to that. It probably wouldn't be too terribly effortful. I think the way that I set it up is so that time speeds up the further you go, but at the same time you get more score. So it's kind of a effort payoff thing. This crashed though because it was right at the edge when I tried to spawn a new one. And it tried to go like out of bounds. Perfect opportunity for everything besides the head to be a baby duck since ducks faller than mothers. I cannot believe I never thought of that. Thank you. Wow. That's great. Also, I died immediately, apparently. If not in bounds, you die, and if you are in bounds, you update. Okay, I think that's it. Yes, the chat wants to meet your fish. Alright, that's a death, and I keep overwriting. Right. The mama duck thing was the original goal. Did you tell me that and I wasn't listening? Oops. Maybe I forgot. I do that a lot. A lot of high scores of 1. Still breaking in the same place. Okay. I see there is a bit of a movement happening in the chat for fish all of a sudden. It didn't crash, it just completely stopped. Interesting. Also, greetings. Discord says we talked about it at the beginning of the month. Did we? Maybe we did. I guess I forgot. Oh, wait. I suddenly realized why everything was going wrong. To begin with. Alright, that should be much better. Alright, I think my code is now like 1% less spaghetti than it was a minute ago. So that situation works. Now if I have 2 ducks and run off the screen, it works. If I pursue an egg off of the screen, no, yes, like this, okay. I think that is all the edge cases cleaned up. And the robot is trash talking me. Alright, what did I say? I said I was going to I said I was going to do the ghost, and then I said I was going to go and adjust the scoring of Flappy Duck. Let's see. Let's just draw something here real quick. Not what I meant to do. What about Game Maker Studio 2? Yeah. That's what this is. That'll be a ghost for now. This is starting to get a little messy. I'll clean the code later. And then if you overlap yourself, with the ghost power, you should be fine. Okay. Wait, we have lore now? This is getting weird. Moon and I am putting you in charge of coming up with the Wizarduck lore. Alright, so there should be a 1 in 4 chance of spawning one of the ghost power things. If it'll actually do it. That is not at all what I expected to spawn, but okay, let's go with that. I should be in ghost mode now. And I should be able to overlap myself without anything bad happening. Yep, okay. Ghost Panda. I must review the lore book. Like I know we talked about some like story stuff and whatever, but I've been thinking about other things and I don't remember that much of it as much as I probably should. Okay. The sprite at least looks like a sprite. Let's also only have it so that there can only be one of these on the board at a time, so if you ignore it, it won't just keep spawning more. Because that could be a problem. I guess I don't see any reason that wouldn't work, but I guess I should run the game anyway just to make sure that it does before committing. I do see what you mean though, in that the way the duck train sort of shortens after you pick up an egg and then grows is a little weird. I just completely walked around that. Okay, so while this is doing its thing, Moonin, should the ghost power expire after a certain number of seconds or after a certain number of moves or something, or I'm thinking like 10 seconds. So if I just ignore that, it's not going to spawn another one, right? Yes, kid it. I said that. I thought I said it anyway. And I die. Alright, well, I'm convinced that it's working. I will... combine a bunch of this code into one single function call. And then, God, where was it? Now I don't need to duplicate quite as much code. Did you actually post that on the Twitter, Moonin, at any point? Something died. And that's because... could have sworn you did. Wiz Penguin. Oh, that was like a while ago. I keep this is where I'm like trying to pay attention to what's happening in the chat and I'm not paying attention to what code I'm running. Can you pet the wizard dog? I will jump over to the actual duck game in a minute and demonstrate that. This is going to take a few minutes to run, isn't it? The 2.3.2 update to GameMaker claimed it made building projects faster, but unfortunately I feel like it's actually made it slower. So, to answer your question, Ryan, there's no animation for it yet. I'm sure we will want to create an animation for that at some point. No, my partner in crime, who is running the Quack Talk account right now, is from a far-off country known as Brazil. And we have bonded over a common appreciation for ducks. Anyway, where was I? So there was... I'll do a few things. I will... This can later be like a duckling sprite instead of just the full thing, so that we can have like a trail of ducklings behind us. But for now, it's just going to be a disembodied duck head. It's a little weird. Don't read too much into it. Don't chop off its head. I'm just... There is no way I can make that better, is there? Actually, hang on. So now there will be later a duckling sprite instead of the big duck, mama duck, wizard duck. I think. Assuming I edited the right line. That's most peculiar. Chopping off the body. It's all a matter of perspective. Wait. Before I run that. Geese are the worst birds. You have to admit, though, the number of memes spawned by the Untitled Goose Game last year was nothing short of impressive. Let's see if it draws them correctly this time. A disembodied duckling. Okay, definitely don't read too far into that. Anyway, that works. The other thing I wanted to do... I could use sprite slime images for these, but I am far too lazy for that. That's a ghost. Is that the right color? It's close enough to the right color. No, I guess it's not the right color. Come on, I'm just trying to get it to match the, What color was it? Oh, I grayscaled it first, didn't I? Alright, there we go. This is more code that I will clean up later when I'm in less of a hurry. Or when I'm feeling less brain dead, or whatever I said earlier that you all thought was an interesting way to put it. Yes, I see someone informed me that I forgot the grayscale, and I didn't see it. Paying attention. Paying attention to the stream chat is actually hard. I think after this one it'll spawn one. The random seed is the same every time you run the game from inside Game Maker to make it easier to test things. That's, yes, okay, I'm glad all my texture pages are in the right place. The severed heads are making Kid a little bit uneasy. Murin, when you have the time, you should draw a duckling, like a small duck sprite. Mars and the Marslings. Come on. Or I could just like make a sprite that says this is a duckling or something. All right, it turns blue, so that's an indication of duckling enough. And then there are blue ducklings. Okay. Oh, did they fix the item asset duplication glitch in Game Maker? Oh no, I can get rid of those. Tell me I didn't accidentally delete the wrong one. Looks like they're still there. You used Game Maker back in the 8.0 days? I'm pretty sure... Oh, come on. I'm pretty sure I started on 8.0. It might have been 8.1, but I'm pretty sure it was 8.0. It was right around the time when 8.1 came out. Yeah, I accidentally deleted the sprite. And I can't... The invert selection shortcut is not working. That's perfect. Alright, well, all the sprites are there anyway. Even if the texture pages aren't. Ghost sprites. Hey, 3D and Game Maker is fun. You weren't alive when it came out. You got Game Maker 8 like 3 years ago. Oh, wow. Is it that old already? It's, I think, 11 years old, 8.1. I forget when 8.0 came out. So this code I will definitely want to clean up a little bit later. It has also been suggested, that's what Control T is supposed to do, that I re-evaluate the way that score is counted in Flappy Duck. About 12. That is, that is indeed about how old 8.0 should be right now. Duck score. Okay, so this is how the score is evaluated in Flappy Duck. I could change it to make it more like authentic. I wouldn't be upset if I left it where it was, or just had it tick up at a rate of 1 per second. What's time play? That is just the number of seconds. I don't think that's that big of a deal. Moonin, I don't know if you have a strong opinion about the scoring system of Flappy Duck. Everything is so complicated. I actually like Game Maker Studio too. It adds a lot. GML in the old versions is there's a lot of things it doesn't do, shall we say. But nowadays the GML is fairly comprehensive as a scripting language goes. No opinion about the score. 8 came out in 2009. I thought it was 2010. Used my videos to make the first 3D game. That would have been the very old 3D tutorial series I did. Since the newer ones wouldn't be very applicable to 8. Unless you mean you did that during the trial. All right. I'm going to have the death animation play when you die in Quackline. This is just going to be a vector 2 of an x and y coordinate, and in die we are going to set that to something, which is going to be All right, that's centered. Okay. Let's see if that does it. I have been summoned in chat. That was like 5 minutes of looking at code and not talking. It came out in 2009. Used the things that I made to make 3D. Might want to see if you can find GMS1. It's much less complicated. That's not really out there anymore. There was a time where you could get Game Maker Studio 1 alongside 2, but that I don't believe they're doing that anymore. Tried importing models, it didn't work. Meow. Recommend Unity for 3D, but it doesn't have a text editor. You can use Oh right, you are the one who I know who was trying to use a VS Code and it didn't work. It's the best thing you've done in GMS2. Oh wait, did the death animation play and I wasn't looking? Okay, it happened all the way over there and it's like it's gone completely wild. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of math to put it in position. Math that looks something like that. Okay, let me finish reading the chat first. Oh, the other thing. All right, that'll take a minute to run. Hello, HH. Nito, was that repository connected to the project? Which repository? Which one am I looking for? This is gonna take even longer to run than the game did, isn't it? All right, well, while that's going, the base X is whatever that is. Y is going to be the same thing. over there. Oh, no, 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 no. Not quite. Not that much math. It's just, I believe that. I think is all I need. This is what Moonen's referring to, though, with a 3D editor. That's not it. This is what we use, because I decided that this would be a fun thing to do one day in Game Maker. And Moonen has AFK'd. He'll be back, I'm sure. Let's see. If I run off the screen... I feel like I still missed a number there. Please end up in the right place. And if it doesn't, I'll get to see... Okay, there we go. You are, however, not obeying gravity. And it's also returning after a certain amount of time. It shouldn't do that on its own. It shouldn't reinitialize without... I don't know why it would have been doing that. We have a rather generous definition of what constitutes hitting any key or hitting any button on the mouse. Also, to center this. This was interesting. I'm glad this was interesting. Have a nice day, night, whatever it happens to be. Gravity could still stand to be a little stronger. I hate finagling exactly how fast you want these things to move. I've been doing this about 2 hours. I don't know how much longer. Okay, you also seem to be scaled up a little bit when you're drawing, so I guess I'll scale up the death icon How many is that? Is that a scale of 2? Duck scale. It is 2. This code will definitely have to be cleaned up later. And okay, and lastly the animation. I have an idea about generalizing this also. Frame and frame rate. Making a 2D game where you have to hide behind objects so a monster won't see you. The objects are called hidden, and if you're having collision with them, when the enemy touches you, nothing happens. Right now you're making the underwater part fun. How long have you been working on it? This isn't running. And we are not updating the frame. This bracket number does what I think it does, right? It does. Oh. The enemy follows the player's Y position so he can't jump over it, and it moves from left to right. It swaps direction after hitting an option called marker. Okay. You still seem off-center. So they're either a basic patrol unit, it sounds like. You're working on the Gen 5 Pokemon engine. Also fun. You doing turn-based combat? Alright, that wasn't off-center. If you go off to the side, it looks more off-center. That is definitely off-center. But horizontally, it's fine. No, it's not. When it exits the grid to the, oh, you know, it's probably looking at their previous position, isn't it? We can remove one. Pretty much black and white, but widescreen. All right. Turn-based battles in GameMaker are an interesting task. I think that's in I think that's aligned correctly now. Nope. And that is because of operator precedence. Ah. Okay, that looks about right. If you exit to the bottom, that's approximately correct. If you exit to the right, that's approximately correct. And I'm gonna guess if you exit to the left, it's also approximately correct. Okay. I think that'll do it. Death animation. And I will push that commit to GitHub. Do you all want me to keep going? Do you want me to work on something else? Or since I've been going for about 2 hours, should I just call it? I guess if you want to see the third thing that's in here, this is a extremely low resolution 3D fun. This isn't really a game. There's no gameplay, there's no game over or anything. It's just a little demonstration of ducks in space. So you can see it a little better. Okay. Ryan likes it. Thank you, Ryan. This was fun. This is something I made a very long time ago and then decided to just see how quickly I could drop it in this little program here. This is just a 3D projection with a bunch of planets flying around the sun. Not in real time. That would be fun. I could make them go in real time. This is actually based on one of the things on here that I made a very long time ago. This was 2016, I guess. And I just took the code and the image maps from NASA and dropped them in here. All right. Is there anything else I wanted to do? There's a lot of code I want to make better, but that's probably going to be kind of boring to do on a live stream, so I'll just do that on my own later. Munin left for the time being. Is Cadet still here? Or did she realize that there were more important things to do than watching a bunch of idiots talk about ducks all day? Anyway. Yeah, I think I'll end it off here. I can set the text to something. Not what I wanted to do. That's a little less weird than having OBS looping over on itself, but how long have I been working on it for? This is probably like a total of maybe 12 hours or so over many months. The other things here have been in the works for much longer, and I am just being slow. But yeah, I'm going to cut myself off now because it's getting late. Thank you all for coming by. I will probably do this again next Sunday. If you want to, there should be something in the stream description. If you want to see more of duck things, there should be a link to the Quack, the Wizarducks Twitter account, where we are fairly active. If you want to see like either a bunch of Let's Plays or a bunch of weird things that you can do in Game Maker, you can always hang around my channel and you will see more of that eventually. Otherwise, I will see you all later.